Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Foundry. I'm JB here with Kryptonic Ken and Slykiko, and we're reviewing the newest episode of Loki on Disney+. Welcome to episode 3, 1893. Boys, we're finally here. Newest episode. What'd you guys think? Yay or nay?
Yay overall. I think I liked it. It was better than the last episode, for sure.
I agree.
Sure. What about you, Sly?
It's an improvement. Yeah, I can't complain about that.
Right direction. Less Sylvie's face, which is all an improvement for everybody.
I know, yeah. I was like, come on, man. These are the deep fakes I was looking for.
I really like, I'm really glad that Disney Plus is pushing that abuser, Jonathan Majors. I love seeing him on my screen. He was actually probably the best thing on today's episode. I really like this character.
He's a good actor.
I mean, yeah. All things aside, like his acting was actually really good. He pulled off that character quite well. I think I was pulled in because it was like he was actually quite a bit different, and I thought it was interesting. Like he had a bit of a speech impediment. Like he seemed to actually have a unique character compared to like He Who Remains and
Kang from
Kang.
Quantumania.
So
yeah, this is the
that's
third
impressive
variant that we've seen of this person, of Kang, which is actually really interesting to me. Do you guys think that this is like the true origin of Kang, or
He Who Remains?
Yeah, that one. Sorry,
or both. Who knows?
I would have to, yeah, cool, because that's another thing I know a lot of people have been arguing about. They've been speculating that this is the Kang, like from Quantumania, and I'm like, bullshit.
That's hard to believe. That'd be a huge character shift.
I'm like,
which could happen.
There's no way. No,
but he definitely feels more like neutral on things. Like he's just interested in his ideas and like inventing and like discovering new stuff. He doesn't seem to be like, I gotta rule over things. He just wants to manipulate time, be it for good or evil. It's not really clear. He just kind of has.
It's more like a
inventions and
satisfaction thing for him.
Yeah, I mean, he was influenced by the book though, so it is kind of interesting to think. Because I think
influenced his own upbringing and shaped his own self, and it's just like, where did he start to turn, like to show the signs? Where does like the gray start to come from?
Yeah, it's weird to think about that, because if this was the guy who became He Who Remains, then isn't He Who Remains the one that wrote the book? And if the book didn't exist, how did He Who Remains
this is just another Kang manipulating another Kang and manipulating his upbringing and molding him?
It's quickly turned into an M. Night Shyamalan show, dude.
It is interesting though, because
I agree. It's super interesting because we just like had a whole bunch of conversation that it's just really fun to think about. Like, but I'm sure like Disney won't go into any of that. I'm sure it'll just like kind of leave us.
Yeah, who knows?
Or they might try to explain it, then Sylvie will pop in for 30 seconds, try to kill somebody, and then it'll cut.
The fact that this is supposedly his plan, I think, gets into some interesting territory, because I think we were talking a little bit before that, like, when he was killed, he didn't, like, that became the point at which he didn't know what would happen anymore. But to some degree, I guess he still kind of does. Well, actually, I don't know, because, like, did he know what would happen on each of the branch timelines? In the fact, like, when there were branching timelines?
He was pruning all these timelines because he was trying to prevent any of those other Kangs from even getting the opportunity to exist on a timeline.
Right.
That's what I always
perceived. Because he knew what they would do, right?
Yeah, well, they would have that multiversal war again, and he was like, nah, dude, I've already been through the part 1 of this, and it sucked. Like, I barely survived. That was my thought.
Yeah.
I could be dead wrong by the way Disney likes to write things, but hey.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if He Who Remains actually did know, like, oh, if I provide this book to one of my versions of myself, it'll end up resulting in the same outcome as where we are now, and he'll turn into, me, He Who Remains, essentially. And that's why he gave himself the book. But like, how would he know that? Maybe because that's how he got there. I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna dive down this rabbit hole anymore.
Yeah, it's like he has to at least grow up and turn into a version of himself that creates the TVA without the influence of the TVA. You cannot create the influence of the TVA without the TVA already existing. So it already does not make any fucking sense.
Well, the other thing is, like, Victor is so much older than how He Who Remains appeared to be in terms of age?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I feel
hard
like
to
he
tell.
looked a lot older. Plus, I mean, like it's the late 1800s. I'm sure everyone was looking pretty hard for their age.
Yeah, well, I'll give you that. Yeah, that's fair.
But
still,
I could not tell really. I feel like maybe it was just around the same age. He seemed very young, you know, at heart, you know, just with his ideas and how he acted. He didn't seem like an old man. Maybe someone
I
in
kind
the
of pitied
mid-40s.
him, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like he's got nothing but his ideas, and he has not really progressed anywhere in life, you know. But he's just has ideas. He's never accomplished anything besides a chair that has a freezer or an ice.
You have a little freezer chair.
Which I wouldn't
It's
mind
like,
having.
Hold on, he's
Whatever.
cooking.
Yeah, let him cook. We also got a bit of that relationship between, I mean, this version of Kang essentially and Ravonna, which
Weird.
was interesting because it felt a little like forced.
God, we're gonna
Because
end up hating this episode, aren't we?
I don't know. We'll see.
We're slowly talking ourselves into bashing
it was
the ever-loving
okay.
hell out
I
of it.
agree.
But it didn't feel like it was
His one true
I
love,
don't
right?
know.
That's Miss Minutes.
It wasn't we didn't get like Ravonna, like their perspective. Like it seems like it would have been more interesting if we got Ravonna's perspective of her seeing him and being like, wow, you know, like just taken aback, like, wow, that dude's like doing something for me or something. But like we didn't get either of their sides about that, and then all of a sudden they're like holding hands kind of, and you're like, oh.
I think my
Okay.
issue with it is like how could she have any like appreciation or interest in this man when she never even met OG He Who Remains?
Yeah.
Like Miss Minutes, it makes sense. It's like that's your creator, and like you kind of served him directly.
I guess
But
she could be like,
Ravonna-
well, I mean, like, it's with someone's like in front of you and like, yep, that's God. You'd be like, holy shit, like this is my creator, even though like you just heard people
Yeah.
talk about
Or
them.
she's just physically attracted to him.
Yeah, that is
that
well.
a hot dude.
That's the
you
other
know?
possibility.
But I mean, like, whenever she saw the Time Watchers, right, those guys, and she was also surprised that they were robots as well. You know?
True, dude. I forgot all about the lizard people.
Yeah, I'm trying to like I'm speaking slowly in case anyone can like correct me because I might be wrong, but you know, there's that.
Lizard people.
Yeah, weird interactions with Miss Minutes and Victor Timely, which is a fucking great name, I have to say.
Yeah, I
Victor
feel like we're gonna get some weird stuff coming out of that, like whole interaction of Miss Minutes being like, "I could be your girl," and then like, "Okay."
Do we want to see Miss Minutes like turned into a person and then a like 40-minute sex scene of these two virgins trying to slap
40
flesh into each other?
Well, there's the Rule 34.
No.
Of him sticking a coin in his ass?
Oh my god. It's my newest invention. It's a freezer on a chair.
I do wonder where they're gonna go with that, though. Like,
A freezer?
no, no, the Miss Minutes thing. Is it like, because the episode ends with Ravonna and Miss Minutes being like at the end of time. So it's like, are they gonna want to get revenge on
I
him
hope they do
now?
more with it because she kind of dropped a big spoiler on us when she said, you gave me, like, you programmed my AI to have complete sentience and autonomy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, bro, you pretty much made a god.
So she could at some point just not be loyal to him at all.
Yes.
Anytime she wants to.
Yeah, she could be like, "Oh, I know what's best for the timeline now. Now that now she I see how you are. I know what's best for the timelines because it's always gonna be like reprogramming, rewriting itself, and
Yeah, she
editing
knows
itself.
all the shit. She
Yep.
could do it.
The only thing she doesn't have that he does is like that ridiculous intelligence.
A body.
And like, don't get me wrong, she's still brilliant, but she's not like his level, but still, dude.
Yeah,
And
I don't
the
know.
body,
Hey,
that's
yeah,
right.
it's just this episode felt very weird, and I felt very exhausted trying to keep up and try to think about everything, and just like, I don't know. I guess I just have to wait to consume more to fully understand what's happening. Just nothing made a lot of sense, and there's a lot of rules at place that they keep explaining to us, and I assume they explained it to us because we're supposed to like keep this in mind because it's important, but that might be a wrong assumption. But I don't know. It's even crazy to think that like Loki is like a part of this weird detective agency now.
Yeah,
This,
he's like supporting the TVA now and everything.
yeah,
It's crazy.
It's so weird. It's, I don't know, man. Yeah, like you said, before we started recording, that we have this gigantic sense of urgency at the TVA that everything is going to start fucking falling apart and that we need to get this rolling, but they're just like chilling at the World's Fair, just eating some popcorn and shit. It's like awesome.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to take some time, but damn. Back at headquarters, everything's going to potentially blow up, and we have no perspective or like time frame. Like, it just sounds like it's going to blow up any minute, essentially. Because they keep coming back to it and be like, no, we got to do this now, basically. And, like, if they just gave us some frame of reference, like, even if it doesn't make sense, be like, we have, like, 1 week of, like, time or something, even though that means nothing in the TVA. Just
No,
to be
you're right.
like, give us some sense of, like, okay, we have a little bit of time to mess around and, like, find shit. But the clock is still ticking, so to speak.
Yeah. It was kind of cool because they show up in the period, and then Mobius is like, oh, H.H. Holmes, like Tesla, like rattled off a bunch of names. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was like,
Yeah.
so does the TVA only like fuck with the Earth timeline? Does nothing else matter?
Well, no, they don't. Because remember, they've captured.
Oh yeah, they went to a different planet
Loki's.
completely.
Yeah.
I forgot.
They
Remember
took
the
Sylvie
planet on the
straight from
giant
Asgard.
train? I forgot about that. How come? Like, I don't know. It
It's
feels
just
like,
Earth that matters,
yeah.
for some
I
reason.
fucking hate that. I hate that so
It's a
much. They're
cop-out.
like, they
It's lazy
open up the
writing.
fucking cosmos. Now they've got the quantum mania inside of this fucking reality, and it's just like now we've got different fucking like timelines, and we're just doing Earth again. We're at fucking McDonald's in 1984. Like, fuck off. Like, come on.
Yeah,
They're
that
like,
is
I could go
strange.
there.
For a previous Asgardian, Sylvie, to be like, I want to go to Earth for some reason.
McDonald's.
Not a previous version of Asgard.
And
or
then you have the
something.
McRib there yet. Like, fucking moron.
Not even the Szechuan sauce for the Mulan premiere either. God damn it.
Like
Come on.
like it is kind of strange. I mean, the McDonald's thing obviously was just a tie-in bullshit, but like, why would she pick of all places to be like, yeah, Earth? That seems good. I mean,
I guess maybe
Earth, there's a lot going on Earth, but still.
they were just trying to settle because everyone views like, oh, you got a shitty job at McDonald's. That she's like, any life to live would be an honor and a privilege to her, would be something different. So I feel like that she would appreciate it.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. But that's, maybe they could have put that in this perspective of like, why are you working at fast food with your skills like you? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
something.
Not my job to write for these characters or what they might be thinking.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
But-
I mean, positives of this episode, I think we had some good character acting. We had some cool timeline time period stuff. Like, I think they did a good job of like representing the period of time that they were in.
I agree.
I thought all that was really cool.
Oh, they nailed the World's Fair.
The
They nailed
setting, yeah, the World's Fair stuff, all of that was like really cool. Made a lot of sense. I thought it fit really well. And I thought all of that going on was cool. Some of the actual things happening during that time period was a little bit weird, like Miss Minutes like changing to black and white for some reason. A little strange, definitely for the audience more than anyone else. But I mean, it was cute, I guess. But
Yeah, it's nice to
little
see that they're
strange.
thinking of the audience, in the show.
yeah.
I was gonna say a second ago. Damn it, I cannot remember. I really love seeing Loki's magic. Loki's like finally using his magic like pretty consistently, and it's
true.
fucking awesome now.
Yeah.
I'm a big
He
fan.
like swapped that guy into the cage.
Yeah,
That was pretty
funny now. I really enjoy it. It's just it really sucks because there's actually not a whole lot to talk about in this episode. They literally opened up like so many envelopes, but we never got to read anything because they're like, oh, there's this thing that Renslayer has, like, oh, you're gonna be mad about it, Renslayer, and then Miss Metis is like, oh, I know all of his secrets, and it's just like, where are we going? There's so many things, dude.
Yeah,
like,
what
it's
do you
stressing me
mean?
out.
And
What's the
what was
next
that
episode?
thing that he had?
Tomorrow?
Thursday.
Thursday. Jesus, man. It's like,
Thursday.
Right?
that's a long time to wait and try to like, I don't know. I kind of wish that I didn't see this episode, that I could watch them back to back, because it'd be like, I'm hoping that watching like 3 and 4 would make a lot more sense, but like 3 just by itself, and I'm just like, whoa, man.
Right, it's like a setup episode or something, and you're like, well, what are we setting up? Because like,
what is happening here?
He went to go grab his thing. He grabbed that one device thing, and we have no idea what it was. He was like, I need to get my device. Is the culmination of his life's work. I'm like, but what is it though? It's a circular thing. And I was like, that could either be like the TemPad thing that he eventually has, or it could be something from
Renslayer picked up. We saw what that prototype was.
Yeah, the giant.
Yeah, the
thing. What happened whenever like Miss Minutes was like trying to fucking force herself on him, and he runs, he pushes a button, so they just had the control pad for her laying out.
Yeah, she exists in that device.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So like, I think they grabbed it before.
But she's able to
Renslayer.
interact with like the outside world though.
I don't know how that's supposed to work.
Because it made me think like, oh, like it's a projection. That makes a lot more sense. But like
she moves things too.
Godzilla.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
We don't think about it, I guess.
Man.
But it was weird. We talked a little bit before this that like after all that happens, they're in Victor's like little lab thingy.
Laboratory.
His workstation. They're gathering their stuff, and then like everyone just like shows up. Like, how did they find him? Like, Loki shows up, and like then Sylvie shows up. It's like how?
Yeah, everyone just immediately like regroups at this like abandoned place, this laboratory workshop. And
they didn't even use their TemPads. They couldn't have tracked it at all. Like, as far as I know, I don't know. It was very strange.
It'd be fine if they found Renslayer at like in the boat, then Loki used some magic to figure out where they were going. You know, would make like a perfect amount of fucking sense. And then you just have a hooded Sylvie in the background listening to their conversation. Boom, just figured it out for you. There's
there you go. Like
scene.
Renslayer would have turned around in her boat, gone back to shore. Loki would have seen her. They would have been like, all right, where was she going? Oh, obviously on that boat, which was going where? They would have got the information from her somehow. They would have followed her. And then, yeah, like you said, Sylvie would have just like overheard or something.
Nah, I'm sneaky. I want to kill him.
I'm
going to kill TVA. I want to kill everything.
I can't conveniently wait until both these characters confess feelings before I show up with my sword.
It's ridiculous. It's just like, why? Like, just go away. Just go back to fucking McDonald's then, because like, Jesus Christ. It's like, oh, I want to live my life. It's like, do you though? I feel like you just want to go out jumping from universe and timeline, killing folks and shit still.
Yeah, like she's already like living her life. She's got that TemPad. She can go anywhere the hell she wants. It doesn't matter, right? You know, she can do whatever.
Yeah.
Like whether, you know, the TVA comes back or not, it doesn't. I mean, I guess it would matter if they would start hunting her again. But
the amount of like care is starting to dwindle down drastically, and I'm starting to feel very apathetic about these characters and some of the show, which is very bad because I felt the complete opposite. I don't think I've ever seen such a 180 turn in a Marvel show so far from episode 1 now to episode 3. And it's kind of crazy for me because I had so much fun in episode 1. And it's just kind of
were doing a lot of stuff, introducing some new characters, and some characters that were introduced that were only in 2 episodes, and now we're abandoned.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, cool, we get to see a little bit more Casey. Like, he's starting to become more useful, and he's starting to prove himself more than just, like, kind of an office goon. But then it's just like, oh, Renslayer's back. Oh, Miss Minutes is a perv now. It's just...
Perv now.
Like the vending machine from Atomic Heart.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not trying to talk shit. Like, I really like the episode. Like, I love Loki, and I love the Mobius, like, relationships. They're fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like they're hitting their old ways with their kind of lazy, funny writing to where their relationship isn't starting to, like, hit me as well as their, like, previous chemistry did, which kind of sucks. And this was just a very blah episode, kind of like the last one. It was an improvement. What did we give last one?
Oh, I think.
A 2,
what did
I
I
think?
say?
No, just kidding.
I think you gave it like. Did you give it a 4 or a 5?
I give it a
I don't remember.
5.
And then I
I
think
think- yeah, I
think
think
Sly
he
gave it
gave
a
it
6 and I
5.
gave it a 7 or something.
Yeah.
Was I that? Maybe I gave it.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm gonna have to
remember.
give this one a 5.5 then.
I think.
Not because I think it was bad, but I'm just really confused, man. And I would like to think that
Yeah.
I'm paying enough attention. I actually rewound at some parts too, so I could I could hear. I took notes. I have fucking notes, man.
Yeah, this is tough because it's definitely better, but I don't think I could give it an 8.
No.
I'd
think,
kill
like,
you if you gave it an 8.
I can't remember what I gave it last time. I feel like I didn't give it a 7 last.
This is
that last
sad.
episode a 7 though. Are you sure you didn't give it a 4 last time?
Positive.
I guess I mean, I guess I'll go 7.5 because it's got to be slightly better
That's
than
so
last
high,
time, but it's
Ken.
like
What was your favorite part of the episode?
I think the introduction of Victor Timely was really good.
I
Like,
agree.
That whole scene of
You're-
him doing stuff, like his character, his acting was all really good, and like the character reactions to that were really good.
You're
Like,
you're
Loki
right.
looked pretty scared.
Victor Timely was done really well. I'm forgetting that. You're right. That's wrong of me to kind of forget about that so easily. So I'm gonna bump it up to a 6 then, at least.
Fair.
Victor Timely was done extremely well, and I'm very much so looking forward to more Kang. I really like him. I'm really glad that Disney did not get rid of him.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What about you, Sly? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to give this a 7. I didn't love it, but yeah, it was a step up from the last one, and I have to be able to have a differentiation between that one and this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
So where does that put us?
I don't know.
Like a 7-ish, yeah.
Somewhere around a 6.5 or 7.
I'm fine with 7. I feel like we are more positive on.
Yeah. Overall,
Yeah.
the vibe for this one was good. We're nitpicking for sure. I mean, some of it's a bit bigger than nitpicking, but overall, I think this one was a solid episode.
Although I'm not trying to nitpick, honestly, it's not like a bunch is wrong with it, but it's like I do not feel the hype from the episode 1, and it feels like it's kind of calming down when I feel like it should be revving up. That's another
Yeah.
thing. And also, I don't like being confused. That really annoys the fuck out of me. The show has a lot of rules and stuff, and a lot of like background things I have to think about as well.
Yeah, like I'm fine with not knowing stuff and like knowing what I'm not supposed to know. I think it's when I like don't know whether I should be understanding something, like genuine confusion. Like, am I supposed to know this? Like, it's just, it's I
hard,
agree.
dude.
There's some
It is hard.
confusion here, and it bugs me as well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's like, no, actually, John is just a fucking idiot. Anyone with a brain cell can easily understand what's happening here. We actually all have internships at the TVA. John's mopping the fucking floors here.
Oof, man.
No, but I'm excited. I want to watch more of the show. I really like it. We got 3 more episodes left, I think. If they're
That's
still
the
sticking.
sad part. It's just 3, so it's like, man, what are you going to do in those next 3 to be effective?
1793 of when Jonathan Major sailed the ocean blue. I don't fucking know.
That's a great question, dude. I forgot because the first season was super short too. It was only like 6 episodes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they did a decent job with that in the first one. So there's still time. These have been long episodes as well, so they could pull it off. But I don't know. I have no idea where this is going.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to go ahead and give this episode a 7.
See you.
7. All right, there it is, you guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching another Foundry review. We shall see you guys later for some more Loki in the future. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.
Boy.